A businessman meets a fisherman and offers him life-changing advice. The fisherman's response will make you question everything about success. Picture a sun-drenched afternoon on the coast of Brazil. A businessman sits on the beach trying to remember what relaxation feels like. He watches as a small wooden boat glides toward shore, rowed by a local fisherman. The boat sits low in the water, heavy with several large, beautiful fish. The businessman's mind immediately goes to work, calculating, analyzing. He approaches the fisherman as he secures his boat. "Impressive catch," the businessman says. "How long did it take you to catch all of those?" The fisherman smiles, wiping his weathered hands. "Oh, not very long, just a short while." The businessman's eyes widen. An opportunity, a problem to solve. "Then why don't you stay out longer and catch even more?" The fisherman looks genuinely puzzled by the question. "Why would I do that? This is enough to feed my whole family." The businessman's curiosity grows. "So what do you do with the rest of your day?" The fisherman's face brightens. "Well, I wake up naturally when the sun rises. I go out and catch a few fish in the cool morning air. Then I return home and play with my children. We build sandcastles, we laugh, we explore. In the afternoon, I take a nap with my wife. When evening comes, I walk to the village and join my friends. We drink together, play guitar, sing songs, and dance under the stars until we're tired and happy." He pauses, contentment in his voice. It's a good life. Now here's where it gets interesting, because the businessman can barely contain himself. The businessman leans forward with intensity. "Listen," he says, "I have an MBA from a top university. I can help you become truly successful." His voice rises with excitement as the plan unfolds. "Starting tomorrow, you need to spend more time at sea. Catch as many fish as possible, work longer hours, save that money. When you have enough, buy a bigger boat, catch even more fish, scale up. Soon you'll afford multiple boats, hire other fishermen to work for them. Then you'll need to cut out the middlemen, start your own processing plant for canned fish, build a distribution network, control the entire supply chain. Eventually, you'll move from this small village to Sao Paulo, set up a proper headquarters, manage your growing operations, expand to other regions, maybe even internationally." The businessman is pacing now, hands gesturing, painting a picture of empire. "And then," he continues, "you go public, float your shares on the stock exchange. You'll be worth millions. You can live like a king." The fisherman listens quietly. The waves continue their eternal rhythm. Finally, he speaks. "And after that?" The businessman's smile grows even wider. He's reaching the pinnacle now. "After that, my friend, you can finally retire. You'll have earned it. You can move to a small house by a fishing village, somewhere peaceful, beautiful. You can wake up naturally in the morning, go out and catch a few fish just for the joy of it. Return home to play with your grandchildren, take afternoon naps. In the evenings, meet with friends, have drinks, play music, sing and dance until late into the night." He spreads his arms wide, presenting this vision like a gift. You'll be able to do whatever you want. The fisherman is quiet for a long moment. The waves continue. Seabirds call overhead. The sun begins its slow descent. Finally, he speaks, his voice gentle but clear. "But Isn't that what I'm doing now?
This story stops us because it reveals something profound. The businessman isn't wrong about business. His plan would probably work. The fisherman could become rich by conventional measures. But somewhere along the way, the businessman lost the thread. He's proposing that the fisherman sacrifice 20 or 30 years, working 60-hour weeks, building an empire, living for some future moment, to eventually arrive at exactly the life he already has. The fisherman has solved the equation differently. He decided what enough looks like, organized his life around what matters most, and lives that life now, today, not someday. Meanwhile, the businessman, despite his success, has postponed his own life, waiting for retirement to finally do what the fisherman does every single day.
Here's what makes this story so relevant right now. We tell ourselves, once I get the promotion, then I'll relax. Once I pay off the house, then I'll enjoy life. Once the kids are grown, then I'll pursue my passions. Once I retire, then I'll finally live. But the fisherman is already living, not waiting to live, not preparing to live, not earning the right to live. Living. Now. Today. The question isn't whether you should have ambition or work toward goals. The question is, what if you're already destroying what you're working so hard to achieve? You work 60-hour weeks to provide for your family, but miss your children's childhood in the process. By the time you've succeeded, they're grown and gone. You sacrifice your health for career advancement, planning to focus on wellness later. But later, you're managing conditions that could have been prevented. You postpone that trip, that hobby, that creative project, that meaningful conversation until retirement. But how many people reach retirement only to realize they've forgotten how to play?
The fisherman understood something essential. Wealth isn't just what we have. It's what we don't need. Success isn't just what we achieve. It's what we're present for. A good life isn't something we arrive at in the future. It's something we practice now. So the real question this story asks is, what does enough look like for you? Not what society says, not what your parents expect, not what your neighbors have. What would actually be enough for your life to feel complete and worthwhile? And once you know that, are you living it now, or are you postponing it for some future that may never come?
If this story shifted something in you, consider subscribing. I share wisdom stories like this one every week, ancient teachings with modern applications for finding more peace, purpose, and presence in your life. And I'm curious, what's your answer? When is enough for you? Leave a comment. I read every one, and your reflection might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. The fisherman had it figured out all along. Maybe it's time we learned from him.